Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Head, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion. Your host, welcome back to Baseball. I hope you like this video. Hit that subscribe button. So we've now begun the off season, finally, at the rather sort of, not a really a great World Series. It'll be a memorable World Series because of the meltdown that the New York Yankees had in the final game, in Game 5. I heard this interesting quirk about the World Series. Only 4 teams have have forced a Game 5 when they've gone down 3-0. Obviously, the Yankees forced a Game 5. That was the first time since 1970 when the Reds took the Baltimore Orioles to a 5th game. No team's ever taken a team to a 6th game, ever forced one, and it's only happened 2 other times. If anybody knows 2 other times, please leave that trivia answer. So I don't know the answer. In the comments section. But now that we're into the off season, I have a rumor for you, and you need to hit that subscribe button to find out about the rumor. And this comes from CBSSports.com, and as they have this lengthy article about the top 25 players that are going to move, and the article is called MLB Trade Candidates, top 25 players who could be moved before the 2025 season and their potential landing spots. Now, as you know, the Mets had a very strange year at the bullpen. It wasn't very good for a good portion of it, especially in the month of May. It was terrible. The month of May for the Mets with the bullpen was terrible. And Dave Stearns did his best to really cobble a bullpen together to get them to postseason. But obviously at the end, Phil Maton was run out of gas. He ran out of gas. And I would mention this about Edwin Diaz. He had a good series against the Dodgers. But he was up and down. We know that. But the Mets need bullpen help. The Mets going into next season will have a bullpen that'll be one way. When they get to July, August, and September, they'll have a totally different bullpen. And that's the one thing that's probably going to change again next year. But we have this rumor, and this is a candidate that could be traded by the Brewers. This is Devin Williams, the closer. Let me read you this. GM Matt Arnold did not mince words in October when he said the Brewers will stay open-minded about trading Williams because they are in the smallest market in the league. Williams is a year away from free agency. The Brewers traded Corbin Burns a year before free agency last offseason, and they traded Josh Hader a year and a half prior to free agency. Williams is perhaps the big-name player most likely to be traded this winter. It's too bad his Brewers career is likely to end with Pete Alonso's go-ahead homer in Game 3 of the wildcard series. Williams remains one of the game's premier bat missers and hardest to hit relievers. He's also probably the best closer in the National League. Possible landing spots. With free agency a year away, only contenders figured to show interest in Williams. All the usual suspects. The Dodgers, the Orioles, the Padres, the Phillies, the Yankees, and the Mets, and possibly the scum-sucking Braves. But interesting, the Mets are on this list. Now, the Mets obviously had the general manager here, David Stearns, so he is very well aware of the capabilities of Devin Williams. Devin Williams is the 2020 National League Rookie of the Year. He's a multiple All-Star. He's been an excellent closer. There was this sort of thought that he was tipping his pitches against Pete, but I don't know about that. How long was he tipping the pitches for? Was it for that inning? Was it for the other games that he pitched against the Mets? Was it prior to that for a month? Who knows? But he's a very good pitcher, and he's been a good pitcher since he came to the league. Dave Stearns knows him well. Drafted him, developed him. What would it take to get him? I don't know. But the Brewers will trade anybody. Especially when they get close to the free agency. Obviously, they traded Corbin Burns. Stearns didn't have a problem moving Josh Hader a few years ago. But the Mets need bullpen help. You bring him in here. Does he want to be the setup man? Do you want to put Edwin as a setup man? That's the one thing. And I would mention the Mets still have a lot of work to do with the starting pitching. They need work to do with the lineup. Obviously, they got to reconfigure the lineup. See what they want to do with Pete Alonso. See what they want to do with Juan Soto. What they're going to do with Jeff McNeil, Starlin Marte. And they have a whole bunch of young players they have to decide on. So the Mets have a lot of decisions. This is not a priority in terms of bringing in a big arm. They need better arms in the bullpen. They do have a closer. If they didn't have a closer, this would be a priority. But let me know what you think about that in the comments section. Again, I want to thank you for watching. Also, please, if you know the answer to the question I posed earlier, there were 4 teams that forced a Game 5 in the World Series. It took 120 years of the World Series. And only 4 were able to force a Game 5. No teams forced a Game 6 or Game 7. 2 of those were the Yankees this year and the 1970 Cincinnati Reds against the 1970 world champion Baltimore Orioles. If you know who those other 2 teams are, I'd love to know. I'm very busy, so sometimes I can't check. But if you know the answer, put it in the comment section. I would really appreciate it, and I would mention you in a future video. So, thank you for watching this video. Of course, please subscribe to the Baseball Hut, and I'll see you later.